everyone! Brian here from Moonlight Madness 2.0 and Moonlight Madness Podcast. I'm here to talk about my persona. Right, Foxy? Yar. I be Foxy. Foxy, maybe switch from your... How to put this nightly? Your nightmare form, yeah. Hey! I mean... I meant like in the back, but that works. Aye. Anyway. So, yeah. I didn't even notice that guy was in his nightmare form as he was on my shelf above my headboard all night. Now I realize why I screamed my lungs out this morning when I woke up and saw him like just laying there. I didn't even set him right, so it was like he was like looking down at me. It was horrifying. I can't find it. Okay, this video's ruined. Yeah, I'm sorry. Anyway, so as you guys show you like 2 fan arts someone sent me, but I can't find them. So, as I look for them, I can tell you the funny story behind them. So, my first one is when I used to work at Chuck E. Cheese. That was a podcast one, and people sent me a load of podcasts, like pictures, like, not like of me or well, it wasn't me, but like, not of like fan art, just like pictures of my podcast. I'm like, thank you. I handpicked that one. My company didn't choose that one, I did. I know very well what it looks like, but thank you for clarifying how much you like the creativity, even though I literally did nothing except look, pick, and post. And I'm glad you guys don't like my selfies. That's actually something I've worked hard on. If I worked hard, I mean, I'd press the picture button. And chose a pose I liked. I was a poser. Not really. So, yeah, I was a little heartbroken that people were like, hey, we love your podcast, your pictures suck. They liked all the fun its first one, because is it a Roxy or Mangle or Foxy? Actually, I don't think I have one picture of Foxy. I know I have a few of Mangle, and I have, I think, a few of Roxy, but I think that's about it for those videos. And I also have a little of Luna, the Hellhound from Hell of a Boss. Not a curse word, that's actually the name. Well, it's Hullava. Like, Hullava Boss, because YouTube would be mad if it was titled Hell of a Boss. So, it's Hullava Boss with a V. And I think, you guys know what I'm talking about. If you guys saw the video, if you guys are new to YouTube, you probably don't. Also, I will say this, that's an adult cartoon, so if you're under the age of 18, hey, you're under the age of 19, you may not want to watch it. Unless you're like a fan of Rick and Morty, because if you watch Rick and Morty, that is probably worse than Hell of a Boss, because Hell of a Boss is just meant to be funny, and there's less episodes. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, moving on from that little touchy subject for most people. Not saying you guys. But I'm not denying that either. Oh my gosh, I put the wrong button on the microwave. Yeah. Okay. So, where was I? Hold on. Trying to get my foot rubber thing to work. Okay, so. Like I was saying. First one was at Chuck E. Cheese. My first picture someone drew me was, Moonlight Madness, but that's back when I told them I was a furry, or as most people would accept it, or what I mean by it is, I'm a fan and want to be a mascot, to put it bluntly. I always loved mascots, I just thought it was cool, funny, and cute. It's a way of being entertainment without having to get a college degree. I'm guessing you don't need a college degree to be a mascot. If you do, it's probably clown college. Is that even a real thing, or is that just like something that people used to call people in high school? Because it was like, when are you going to graduate from clown college? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to college. So like, okay, that's actually, okay, we didn't expect to say this, but actually that's a lot more noble. And I'm not saying I have anything against clowns. Unless you're John Wayne Gacy or like every other killer clown out there. In which case, you should go to prison and never be released. I'm joking. Well, if you're like a guy who dresses up as a killer clown for Halloween, you're perfectly good. You know? I mean, it's Hallows Eve, yeah. Go and be a killer clown. Don't be underdog or Superman like I am all year round. I'm joking, I'm not underdog all year round or Superman. In other words, every year I never was anything evil. Not even a werewolf, which you guys heard my podcast about how I tell a lot of werewolf stories. Yeah. Yeah. So there we go. Also, people were wondering, because I told you about my personas for a mascot, as it's accepted in my family now. The word mascot is. You always were like, so what's your persona? And I always said, either a fox or a wolf. I'm more leaning towards like a blue wolf instead of a gray one like I originally wanted. But something most people don't know is when I was little, like little, like I wanted to go as a fox. Let me clarify. I was really into Fox and the Hound. Like I loved Fox and the Hound. Trying to look for my TV remote. I'm just wondering why I'm looking every way but the camera. But yeah, I used to love Fox and the Hound. To be honest, I kind of still do. It's a good Disney movie. So I watched that and I loved it. And so I'm like, you know what? I want to be Todd from Fox and the Hound. That was the fox's name. For some reason, I didn't just choose a hound dog because, let's face it, kids that age who dress up as dogs. Well, that didn't work out, so I ended up going as underdog. So Fox and the Hound to underdog. And my beagle, I remember my beagle was there that day, which is kind of probably why I chose underdog, because underdog was supposedly like a beagle. And I remember I had my beagle out that day, and it went like 0 to 9. Just like that. Like, the suit was good, so don't change this. The suit was good. I'm not denying that. I'm not disputing that in the slightest. The suit was very good. My beagle, though, thought I was a burglar and tried to bite me. Or just bark her head off at me. So I had to take my glove off, show her that I wasn't breaking in. And she looked at me like, what the heck are you? And so I had face paint on, and I can't rub that off because it took forever to put that on. And we couldn't put it back on. So I went over to her and just like put my hand out. And she growled at it. And then her nose twitched and she stopped. And she put her hand on my nose and began to try to jump on me to lick my face. Which, since I had face paint on, I couldn't allow that. And even though my beagle unfortunately did pass away a few years ago, I still feel really bad about that. Probably more so than I would have if she was still alive. I mean, if she's still alive, she'd be my first video. You better believe it. Because I always want to put her in a video and I don't. And I want to show pictures of her, but it's on this phone. And apparently YouTube doesn't think, oh, here. Let's make it where you can show your screen. Because I can't find that. Because I looked for it, I still can't find it. I looked for every YouTube thing I could find and afford, and I still cannot find it. I'm gonna ask my buddy Landon. I used to work on his channel, and I know we did some YouTube. He wants to do a Slaughter Horse or Pinkamena or Pinkarella. Whatever that game is called now, it's changed names 3 times. It's like an MLP Mafia. Which I'm going to share one funny story. I already told you guys about my bronies and my friends that are bronies. We were playing Pinkarella on his phone, which is like a MLP Mafia, but how it's like has like innuendos to MLP, but it's not made by the company MLP, so it's really just a horse murdering game. But you're like the detective and you're trying to find out who the killer is, which I have to say is probably the funnest part of the game, is being the detective. So me and him would work together, and it's, even though it's not, but it's classified a horror game, even though I won't really count it as that, because all it is kind of like you pick and choose. So we made like characters from TV shows, and made them look similar to them, because even though we were playing MLP, we didn't really want to say, hey, here's Twilight Sparkle and all the others, and they all died because the Pinky murdered them all. We didn't want to do that, so we're just like, trust me, if you want to watch that, watch Small HD. Do not. If you're a fan, do not. You did not hear me say that. It's violent, it's gory, and I would not suggest that. That was a joke. Please don't cancel me. Anyway. So kids, if you're watching, don't you dare look up Small HD. Don't. Listen to me, I know best. Your parents know best too, but trust me, in this scenario, I know best. Do not watch that. I'm begging you. I watched it, and I regret it. I mean, it's not like, it doesn't like twist your mind, even though it is like extremely graphic, gory, and violent. Probably more, that's actually more so than L0L I, which is saying a lot. I mean, L0L I is more innuendos and swears, but that one has more guts, gore, and even, just considered it's a kid's show, it's even more violent. So I would not suggest watching Small HD. Watched it once, hated it, watched it again just to make sure I didn't miss the hidden meaning behind it, and I found the meaning. It's a very normal meaning, which means kill all your friends for literally no reason. That's literally what it's about. It's horrible. I'm not smiling. I'm crying. That does not fill my heart up with sunshine. Yeah, during the massacre of friends, it's this. Come on, everybody, smile, fill my heart up with sunshine. All you really need is a smile from these happy friends of mine. As you're getting beaten to a pulp by your best friend, apparently. That's not something to smile about. I'm not smiling. Why are you smiling? I'm joking. Anyway, we gotta hurry because I have to eat before our work, and work is like in 30 minutes, so I have to leave for work in about 30 minutes. There we go. So, we're getting down here. We're going. I'm going, alright? Oh man, I do have to do my hair. I already did it. Never mind. So, yeah, last thing here, as my cat is jumping around my house. To back on the story. So, my friend gave me I don't know how we got on that road trail. But yeah, so my friend at work, her name was, we'll just make a repeat name for her, Lisa, alright? Extremely different name, but Lisa. She used to be the cook, she's now a manager. Worked in the kitchen, she always wore a furry tail to work, at least during Halloween. I think she wore it even a few times before Halloween, too. So, at CEC Pizzeria, she wore ears and a furry tail she got at a convention. So, she liked to draw pictures on pizza boxes, to signify everyone. She would get to know everyone and then write their persona on the pizza box and be nice to everyone. Well, mine was always a wolf, and I asked her one time, is this a husky or wolf? She's like, maybe whatever you want to be. I mean, husky, wolf, fox, doesn't matter, but I meant it's a wolf. And so, she gets my persona that I want. I'll post my persona as the cover of this video. Hold on. There's my cat. Alright, secondly, not people. So I was working at Walmart not too long ago, and I asked someone to watch my videos on podcasts or some of my YouTube videos, and they just gave me a paper. And I'm like, okay, cool. After I left, I looked on it and it said, for Moonlight Madness persona, and here's some fan art to represent your podcast. Open it. And it had mountains with a mangy, like shaggy wolf looking thing. next to a fire, and it went down saying, "By the way, this is a hound, a hellhound." I'm like, okay, wait, what part of my podcast, Moonlight Madness, where do you get a hellhound out of that? Like, if anything, I was thinking werewolf. I was thinking werewolf when I made it, but literally, Moonlight Madness is originally gonna be a Midnight Madness or Full Moon Pandemonium or something. Originally, it's gonna be the Cave of Myths and Legends. Tell me if you want that. That's awesome. But yeah, Moonlight Madness. Where do you get Hellhound from Moonlight Madness? I mean, I get it. Like, it's a creepy title, but I tell a lot of scary stories on there too, and kid-friendly stories like Dashi. But I mean, I have done some Hell of a Boss fan fictions and reviews. But still, seriously, a Hellhound? Look, I love you guys' fan art, but there's nothing in my podcast to do with Hellhounds. I still have it because honestly, it's really good. But seriously? I mean, yeah, apart from werewolves, it's probably my favorite cryptid just because of the scary backstory they have, and they're a really good creepypasta, and very interesting how some can be good but still be considered hellhounds. But yeah, so that was interesting. And then someone just sent me something like real nice. It's just me and a little girl holding hands. I'm like, what? And then I'm like, then I read the title and it says, "Daddy and Dashi, is this what the picture looked like?" Yes, it did. All-time favorite. I'm sorry about everyone who sends me fan art, but Dashi is my favorite story. There's actually a part of my story that says Daddy and Dashi. That was like the simplest part. I didn't even expect anything to come of it, and someone wrote that and sent it to me by what they heard on the podcast. Oh my gosh. You guys, turn up right now. Sorry. This is bringing back happy memories. You guys have no idea what that story means to me, and that someone actually remembered that small detail from one story, just one story, mind you, and sent it to me. That was, oh my gosh. That made my heart explode twice. Yes, that's actually a saying I use. A lot of you thought I was being funny when I said that. That's actually a saying I used in reality before the story was, my heart exploded twice. Like, I was 5. No, I wasn't. I was 9. Before Dash was even a thought. And my mom made me like a baseball binder because I used to collect baseball and football cards. I need to check and see if there's Patrick Mahomes on the Chiefs. I just need to. But Mom said, "How do you like it?" And I said, "Mom, this makes my heart explode twice." I also have a Peyton Manning card. And they say that's worth something nowadays. It probably isn't, but if it is, I need to take a look. Okay. Oh. Now, mind you, it's not a hot rookie card. It's an all-pro card, but hey, it might work. Who knows? I was in middle school, I believe, when he played last. What school was I in elementary? I want to see. I think it was my first year in middle school, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10 years ago. Because I'm in my 3rd year in college right now, so yeah. Again, I haven't college group, like age frame. I'd be my 3rd year in college if I went to college after high school. Now, I might go to college one day if I get my GED eventually, but I'm not sure if I will. If I do, it's because I want to be a cop and be in the K-9 unit. Or I might join the military and get some basic training there. Hopefully there's a way you can just get basic training and then join the police force then. Because I want to be part of a K-9 unit. If not, then if there's a job in the military where you can train dogs but not go to war, I'll do that. Again, I like dogs. They're my favorite breed. Well, not my favorite breed. They're my favorite animal. I love German Shepherds. They're so cute. They're loyal. And to their owners, they can be very loving and protective. Which is why they're hired for military and police use. And when you guys may not know this, but when an MP, or not MP, when an MWD, military working dog, is retired, you can actually adopt them as house pets. I might do that, who knows? That, or like, I think there's one called like a Baltimore Shepherd, I'm not sure. They look similar, but they're easier to carry. And they have less fur. And they're fast. Anyway. Just to get, we're gonna get done with this really fast because I have to start eating soon. My food's right over there. I'm having a pot pie. It's not soft, it's pot pie. So, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, put something on the face. Love us! That's what I have after around. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, look into the shadows because this was a strange one. Keep your eyes peeled out there because the madness never ends. And if you want reviews for me, do not worry because I'm a workaholic with a fiction addiction. I don't know when my next video will be. Possibly a few days from now, maybe tomorrow if I find a good story to tell you. Until then, though, you guys will have to wait a little bit. I plan to do some gaming videos in the near future. And of course, I'm Bropa. And I need your help. On the count, ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you for watching, everyone. And good night.